Hey, Paul Powell from Rosenbauer here with Bradford Colton from American Pacific Halotron Division. We're helping Cleveland get their trucks in service, so we wanted to make sure we did a little special thing for them and showed them how to use Halotron and all the benefits of having a Halotron on the truck. So, Bradford Colton, Paul Powell.
Great to be here. Halotron I extinguishes a fire through multiple mechanisms. The primary mechanism, though, is removal of heat from the fire zone. It does that through essentially thickening the air or changing the specific heat of the vapor in the fire zone. The other mechanisms, which are more minor, are that the compound has a CF3 group and a couple chlorine atoms, and those chemically interact and help extinguish the fire that way. And to a much lesser extent, there is a small amount of oxygen dilution, which also assists in extinguishing the fire. So Paul, we get that question all the time, and the reason for that is that the Halotron I is a liquid that wants to come out as a liquid stream, and to aid in dispersion of the liquid, we force gases into solution, and this mechanically breaks up the liquid into droplets as it exits the nozzle. And so there's multiple gases that are put in solution. Argon is one, and argon is used in place of nitrogen, as nitrogen is not soluble in the liquid, so we always use argon. So the truck system, we always want that tank to be above 100 psi, and it can be between 100 psi and the operating pressure for the tank, which is usually 220 psi. So anywhere between 100 and 220 is where we want to see that storage pressure, and we never want it to drop below 100. So Halotron I's a clean agent, and what that means is that it'll put out a fire leaving no residue and having no additional collateral damage. And so it's used for protection of valuable assets like aircraft engines, which can cost millions of dollars. So ideally where Halotron I's used are in two locations. One, anytime you have valuable equipment, and two, anytime you have a confined space where the vapors may be more effective at penetrating than a water stream or a dry chemical stream. And so engines are a great example. In the past, Halotron I's been effectively used on engine fires, APU fires, electronics bay fires, and lithium battery fires. And those are great places to use them, as well as wheel wells and wheel hydraulic fires. So Halotron I has been successfully used through piercing nozzles, although the two cases where it has been used have been to put out an APU fire without penetration. However, Halotron I is plumbed on most vehicles through the piercing nozzles, and on an average day, Halotron I, if you dump the entire 460-pound tank, could put out roughly 12,000 cubic feet volume. And that's with a couple caveats, which are that the compartment that you're discharging into is fairly well sealed, that there's not openings that allow agent concentration to get out, and that the discharge point was in such a location that the agent's able to spread out and to evaporate off, such as you didn't pierce into a ULD, which may contain the agent and not allow it to spread. And so there are some specialties to piercing, but in general 12,000 cubic feet, and there are charts, and those will vary with temperature, will have an effect on how much maximum volume that you can
Hey Bradford, thanks again for coming out helping us put Cleveland's new ARFF units in service. They both have Halotron on them, and we wanted to make sure they got a class and got educated and know all the benefits of having a Halotron system on a Rosenbauer Panther. So once again, thanks.
Thanks for inviting me. I really appreciate being here today and sharing the 20+ years of experience that we've had with Halotron I in the ARFF field, and sharing some of the success stories about Halotron I.